What is good with y'all, man? It's crunch time. Hit the like if y'all join in. Let's talk about the situation with Dwayne Wade and LeBron James again. And I came across this interview this morning on my YouTube. I came across this interview, and excuse me. D Wade was speaking on his time in Cleveland, his time when LeBron recruited him to Cleveland, man. And I just want to let y'all know what he said, because he confirmed that LeBron is the GM. He said he didn't talk to nobody else except for LeBron. But also, this puts into perspective, man, on, the snake that LeBron James is, in my opinion, when it comes down to basketball business. Because, first of all, you left D Wade for Kyrie Irving. And then when Kyrie Irving left you, now you calling D Wade back. That's like if I break up with my girl, right, for somebody that's younger, fresher, then that girl leave me, and then I get to calling my girl back like, yeah, I want you back now. I think you'll help us out. That is cold-hearted to me. So then he not only did he bring D Wade to Cleveland, he traded him back to Miami the same season. And there was no justification to do that, bro, in my personal opinion, because D Wade was doing everything the team asked him to do at that point, and the Cavs was winning. The Cavs went on a 13-game winning streak when they had D Wade and D Rose and Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder. But that's with Kevin Love and everybody he had. So we're gonna I'm gonna play what he said, man. We're just gonna get right to it.
Jimmy gets traded from Chicago. So at that point, the team, is in disarray in a sense, because Jimmy was the best player on our team at that time. He was the leader of the team.
Yeah.
You had myself and Rondo, who were a little bit older, brought in to kind of, be there and help Jimmy and also help the young guys, which
Absolutely.
Rondo helped the young guys, and I was focused on Jimmy.
Yep.
That was the role.
That was the
I was
whole. Focused on Jimmy Butler, and Rondo was focused on the younger guys,
Yep.
right?
And so I eventually, once he got traded, I was like, well, I'm 35 years old. I'm not into the rebuild of this. I need to go somewhere in my career competing for championships, being able to give what I can from 35 to however long I'm going to play.
Yep.
So have a conversation with Brian in the summer. We work out together every summer, at least once or twice around that time. And so we sit and have a conversation. The conversation we have is, hey, bro, I want you to come to Cleveland. I think at this point in your career, man, I think you can help us. You got championship pedigree. Obviously, we're familiar with each other. We missing something we needed. So I'm like, all right, we got something else that we need to talk about.
He said we missing something that we need. So obviously you missing Kyrie, so you're trying to replace him with D Wade. And then D Wade says, we got to talk about why you leave me in the first place. Face to face, we got to talk about that, because obviously they hadn't even talked about that up to this point.
Obviously, we're familiar with each other. We missing something we needed. So I'm like, all right, we got something else that we need to talk about.
Right.
Which we talked about as men. We talked about Miami. We talked about him leaving. We talked about all that face to face. Me and Brian has had those conversations before I went to Cleveland. So anyway, now I'm like, all right, bet. Let me get this buyout, and I'm coming. So eventually I get the buyout in Chicago.
Yep.
And I say, yo, Brian, I'm on my way. Now, mind you, I haven't talked to really nobody in the organization. I'll talk to Brian because he want me there. Everybody knows this, and so that's why it wasn't a good time there.
So he said, I haven't even talked to nobody else in the organization. I only just been talking to Brian because he wanted me there. So when the team blows up in your face, you gotta blame it on LeBron. You can't say the organization wasn't doing this for him, wasn't letting him do this. LeBron, literally everything he wants, he got it. Throughout his whole career, everything he wants, he got it.
I haven't talked to really nobody in the organization. I'll talk to Brian because he want me there. Everybody knows this, and so that's why it wasn't a good time there. But I say that to say about Ty Lue is I get a call from Ty Lue. I'm at a football game, I remember. I get a call from Ty Lue. He like, yo, Ty Lue he's a former player. Ty Lue talked to you just like you and I talk.
Yep.
He like, yo, so your man wants you down here, huh? I'm like, yeah, I'm coming. I'm on the way. He like, so what you want to do? I said, what you mean? He said, you trying to start? You trying to come off the bench? And I was like, I've started my whole career. I'm coming off the bench. He was like, it's up to you.
Right.
I see you when you get here.
Yep.
Left it at that. So I go into the season, I'm a starter. I am the starting two guard of the Cleveland Cavaliers. I played 2 games as a starting two guard of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I walk into the locker room after the game and I say, yo, Ty Lue, yeah, I'm out. Put me on the bench, bro. He looked at me and was like, I knew that would happen. But he allowed me as a coach. He was forward, bro. I'm going to allow you to come in here and experience and see where you're best at. You're going to be best coming off the bench for us because you can run the second unit. In the first unit, we'd be better with J.R. Smith in the lineup.
Yep.
But as a player, this is what I know. Yep. I know starting. I'm not coming here to sit on the bench. Mm-mm. So he left it up to me as a player to make that decision, to come to him after 2 games and say, hey, bro, this don't work for me. I don't like sitting in the corner waiting on the ball. Because by the time I get it, it's 3-2-1. I ain't shooting the 3 ball.
Right.
There it is right there. Right there. He didn't say that he felt like he was washed up. His knees was bad. This is what y'all be trying to assume. He never said that. He said, I don't like standing in the corner. And then by the time I get the ball, it's 3-2-1 left on the shot clock. How many times do I got to tell y'all that LeBron, what he'll do is hold the ball for the whole shot clock and then drive and kick. And then if you don't make that shot, they blame it on you. Everybody not a spot-up shooter, bro. You need to let Dwayne Wade play make and stuff like that, which is what he basically said Ty Lue wanted him to do coming off the bench for the second unit because he's a good playmaker and he's good with the ball in his hands and slashing as well. He's not a spot-up shooter in the corner.
I'm him after 2 games and say, hey, bro, this don't work for me. I don't like sitting in the corner waiting on the ball. Because by the time I get it, it's 3-2-1. I ain't shooting the 3 ball.
Right.
And so I put myself on the bench to find some success for myself on that team.
Right.
So that is very telling.
A great coach, a great leader who didn't tell me, hey.
And then I wanted to also show y'all something. A lot of people be like, yo, they was trash. They was old. They was washed up. The Cavaliers this season, right? Let me break something down for y'all. The Cavaliers this season, right now, they on a 15-game winning streak. I think earlier in the season, they was on a 14-game winning streak. So this is a very, very successful, great Cavs team. But before this season, before this Cavs team, the highest winning streak for the Cleveland Cavaliers in history was the team with D. Wade on it. So they was doing good. And I do have the evidence. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what they telling me. Aiming at your celebrity. This is studio felony. Pharaoh got me some mini and cool enough for the 70s. Nigga, payback's a vision, bitch. You been living it up with me. That I'm out in especially. Leave a color in his mother voicemail. Let's say that he rest in peace. So if you look right here, bro, the Cavaliers won 13 games. 13 consecutive games in 2017, 2018. When they had LeBron, D. Wade, D. Rose, Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Love, Jay Crowder, J.R. Smith. Damn. When they had a really, really deep team, they was doing good. What's the problem? And this put them back. They was second in the East. They was second in the East. Look at this. Hold on. Look. That's D. Wade, bro. On the highlight tape. On the highlight reel. You know what I'm saying? He's right there on the highlight reel. So, you know, for him to trade D-Wade back to Miami this same season makes no sense to me, bro. It's just like you playing with this man's career, bro. And then you letting people call him wash. I don't respect it. I really don't. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man.